For nearly 40 years, I have worked for, alongside, and even employed the absolute greatest superstars to ever do it.
Just how dangerous do you want to live?
I've created the Dangerous Alliance, led an extreme revolution with ECW, and managed the most legendary of all champions. And for me, none of that compares to the relationship I've built with the Anoa'i, Fatu, and Maivia families, the triumvirate that composes this dynasty that we know more colloquially as the Bloodline. My time with this family goes back 40 years. I've led them into battle, strategized with them, and have watched their children grow into top-tier superstars who have also created their own impressive legacies. And so it is my great honor to serve as your host for the WWE 2K25 showcase featuring a dynasty like no other, the Bloodline.
When you look at this incredible family tree, this is proof that there is only one royal family in professional wrestling, bound by blood.
A blood bond forged between High Chief Peter Maivia and Amatua Anai Anoa'i, the father of Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans, created a force that has dominated professional wrestling for over 5 decades. An elite collection boasting names like the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, as well as The Rock, Rikishi, Umaga, Yokozuna, Nia Jax, Jimmy and Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and of course, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. They've owned championships, filled arenas, packed stadiums, broken box office records, years and decades of dedication to the craft, perfecting their art with each passing generation, ultimately leading us to right here, right now, with the Bloodline having dominated WWE for the last half decade. As your humble wise man, it is my duty to take you through some of the most ferocious battles featuring the greatest warriors in the family. Not everything goes according to plan, and this year we're going to give you a chance to right the historical wrongs and change history to bring more glory to the Bloodline. It's our showcase, after all. Honestly, their only real competition is themselves.
Acknowledge me!
All of this fighting amongst each other, this constant power struggle, I won't let all of that ruin this moment. Because it's not just about Solo Sikoa or Roman Reigns. It's not just about the Usos. It's about every single member of their family that came before them, who built the lineage, and who made them into the superstars that they've become today. It's been said elsewhere that wrestling has more than one royal family. That's undeniably true. Also undeniably true is that for all of those other families, there's only one Bloodline dynasty. In a family that specialized in brute force over the years, perhaps no one better personified this than Rodney Anoa'i, nephew to the Wild Samoans, better known to the WWE Universe as the mighty Yokozuna. The family's first world heavyweight champion, Yokozuna arrived to WWE in the fall of 1992. An imposing behemoth, to say the least, Yokozuna would make an immediate statement, winning the 1993 Royal Rumble just a few months after his debut. This victory would grant him a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 9, where he took on Bret the Hitman Hart. This meteoric rise to the top was only a hint of the dominance Yokozuna would have on WWE for the next year. 2 WWE championships, a WWE Tag Team Championship, victory over the era's titans like Bret Hart, Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Hulk Hogan.
Yokozuna is my middle name. I'm named after my uncle. I carry it with like so much pride and weight on my shoulders just because of like what he's done for this business and like who he is as a person too. It's a cool middle name to have, man. I represent it with the pride, man, that I have. Hopefully, man, I'm making him proud by doing it.
The manner in which Yokozuna melded incredible size with unspeakable agility shocked the WWE Universe, who to that point were used to their monsters hitting hard but moving slow. Yokozuna broke the mold, punishing opponents with super kicks, uranagis, leg drops, and of course, his devastating Banzai drop. A maneuver so effective that once it had connected, nobody kicked out of it. Nobody.
Rodney was a very unique talent. I think the way he was able to handle all the pressure, it was kind of parallel to how he was in the ring. For someone to be so big and to be so nimble, you just don't see that very often. Rodney was one of those first solo guys, singles competitor guys that was able to go out there and really just make waves, make a big splash. I mean, pun intended, I guess. You know, that fool jumped in a pool, he'd knock out all the water, and that's the way it felt sometimes. He would go into those arenas and just suck in all the energy and be able to give it back. So when I look at Rodney, I see someone very similar to me, someone who understands the top, the very, very top of the game, the top position, and everything that goes along with it.
In a career filled with so many highlight reel moments, perhaps nothing stands out more than when Yokozuna faced and defeated the so-called immortal Hulk Hogan at the first King of the Ring event in 1993. Looking to humiliate Hogan after the Hulkster stole Yokozuna's WWE Championship only 2 minutes after Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart for the title months earlier at WrestleMania 9, Yokozuna entered the ring totally focused on the task at hand. And on that night, he not only got revenge, but his victory would send Hogan packing from WWE for nearly 9 years.
Hulk Hogan is finished.
Many felt that Yokozuna had indeed killed Hulkamania. Now you get to possess the power of the mighty Yokozuna and deal out punishment to Hulk Hogan to walk out of the King of the Ring, a 2-time WWE champion. Showcase the ability and the agility that made Yokozuna a Hall of Fame performer and take Hulkamania down. Banzai.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an event of international magnitude. Photographers from around the world as they are documenting Yokozuna's every move.
Coming down the aisle with Mr. Fuji is the...
Listen to this. What a phenomenal ovation for the WWE Champion.
His opponent coming down the aisle with his manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, from Venice Beach, California, weighing in 302 pounds.
The challenger not taking their eyes off the championship.
And the champ is staring daggers right back at the opposition.
Michael Cole alongside Byron Saxton and Corey Graves. Emanating from King of the Ring, 1993. Yokozuna is fuming over his embarrassing WrestleMania loss to Hulk Hogan. Now, Yokozuna has vowed to reclaim the WWE Championship and wipe Hulkamania off the map.
Indeed, the last time these two shared a ring, it was disastrous for Yokozuna. Mr. Fuji issued a challenge to Hogan on behalf of his company. And 22 seconds later, Hogan was the new WWE champion.
But that night was mired in controversy as Yokozuna had just been to battle with Bret Hart to win the title. This is going to answer a lot of questions from WrestleMania 9. This is Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan, and we're going to find out who's the true champion.
This is an event of international magnitude. Byron, photographers from around the world, including a large contingent from Japan, are documenting Yokozuna's every move.
A lot of pressure on the former champion. There is no way Mr. Fuji and Yokozuna can return to Japan and lose face.
Neither superstar giving an inch here. And Yokozuna just loves backing Hogan into a corner like this. Relentless domination of the champion.
And Mr. Fuji looking on with much approval. There's no mistaking what that sinister smile of his means. Each exchange just sapping the energy from these two.
Who will break first? That is the question.
Both absolutely dread. Things have just gone nuclear. More heads landing on the front lines now. Looks like we know who won that exchange.
Oh no, bear hug applied. This is not good for the Hulk.
Bear hug. And a way to get out of it is being on display right here. Roll up here. And he easily stops the ref's count.
This isn't even close to over.
Oh no, he can be caught here. Bad spot for him.
Getting to the ropes in time and forcing the break.
Big clothesline.
As we get deep into this match, you have to be impressed by a man the size of Yokozuna exhibiting this level of stamina.
Everything about Yokozuna is impressive, Cole. He's gone from 505 pounds at WrestleMania to 550 tonight.
But the champion into the pin. He got the shoulder up in time.
Still not enough to put him up.
Uh-oh, the beginning of the end. Incoming!
Yoko now. Belly-to-belly slam.
That's got to be the end of Hulkamania.
Jimmy Hart trying to rally. And a kick out by Hogan with authority.
Hulk Hogan's not done yet. Hulk Hogan is coming alive.
Yokozuna back to his feet. Big chop to Hogan. And Hogan's starting to hulk up here.
How many times have we seen this over the years?
These massive strikes from Yokozuna having absolutely no effect on Hogan.
Hogan fired up. Hogan's ready to go.
Hogan feeding off the energy of all the Hulkamaniacs.
And here comes Hulk. And Yokozuna being backed up to the ropes. Big boot.
I can't believe Yokozuna's still standing.
Hogan continuing to pour on the offense. A second big boot, but Yoko still on his feet.
Don't let up, Hulkster. Keep swinging, keep firing away.
That boot, Yoko staggering, stunning, and he's down.
Drop the leg, Hogan. Drop the leg.
Hogan, leg drop. Here's the cover on Yoko. Who kicked out of the leg drop?
What? Get Mr. Fuji out of there. Hogan feeding off the energy. Whoa, wait a minute. What is that photographer doing on the apron?
There's a match going on. What the heck?
What was that?
What in the world just happened here?
Oh, no.
Cashing in on that effort.
2 count. Breaks the close count.
He just won't give up. Yokozuna on the move.
A big leg drop by Yoko.
Yokozuna demonstrating his full power. Hogan's in trouble.
Pin. Pull over the line.
Champ's in trouble.
Oh, close call makes the champ nervous.
Getting dangerously close to ending it all there.
He's got something coming. Vicious. And cover now for the match. 2 count.
And you get him 2.5. That's really as close as it gets.
Tossed around like a rag doll. Yokozuna gets reversed.
Narrowly escaping there. Big form.
And Yokozuna is really putting the pressure on.
Yokozuna making Hogan regret wanting this match. I love it.
Oh, right into a counter. And he re-enters into the ring. Yoko says this one's over. Standing bonsai drop.
We might be moments away from crowning a new champ.
I can't believe it. We were a second away from a new champion.
Are we close to the start of a new reign?
I don't think anyone inside this building was expecting a kick out after that move from Yokozuna. Quite the battle brewing here between Hogan and Yokozuna.
This is exactly what the crowd wanted to see back at WrestleMania.
He answers right back. German suplex.
Yokozuna is just begging for a fight. Hogan just squeezing up. The ropes coming to the rescue here. Here comes Hogan.
Yokozuna turns it around. Man, oh, God. Yoko says this one's over. Bonsai drop.
We might see a new champion crowned.
There's 2.
And Yokozuna is once again champion.
I can't believe it.
The winner of this bout and new WWE Champion, Yokozuna.
We have the official word. Yokozuna is indeed the new WWE Champion. We may have just witnessed the end of Hulkamania, gentlemen.
There's no may about it, Cole. Yokozuna just conquered Hogan, and every newspaper in Japan is going to be filled with pictures of our new WWE Champion.
Here in the heartland of America, the heart of Hulkamania.
Our next chapter sees the showcase spotlight shine on an area in which the family built their legacy: tag team wrestling. Starting with the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, all the way through to more recent champions like the Usos or Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This dynasty has always excelled in tag team competition, consistently showing an ability to dominate the division with a wide variety of looks. And the first team that we will look at, accompanied to the ring by Afa himself.
Fatu and Samu, the head
Shrinkers!
They put the fear in people's hearts. That's what the Head Shrinkers did back in the day. Second to none in that ring. You know, hard-nosed, battle-tested. They went for it every single night.
More astute fans may also know that early in their journeys, Samu and Fatu were managed by me, Paul Heyman, then known as
Paul E. Dangerously.
And the SST, the Samoan SWAT team.
The Samoan SWAT team is here. Vengeance is mine.
Already an imposing force that early on, their future greatness was obvious to so many industry experts. Alpha, more than anybody, knew he had the team on his hands, with Samu being his son and Fatu his nephew. The tribal elder was able to mentor both, instilling in them the same unrelenting approach to competition that made the wild Samoans world famous. The team toured through regional promotions before a quick stop with me in WCW, but WWE was always their goal. Upon arrival, it was clear that the dynasty's next generation had indeed arrived, immediately drawing comparisons to their world-renowned predecessors. 10 years before it became cool to say, Samu and Fatu displayed ruthless aggression in the ring, overwhelming opponents before the bell and continuing the non-stop attack until their hands were raised in victory. Deceptively agile for men of their size, they brutalized the opposition with devastating dives from the top rope. The duo would eventually go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships in the spring of 1994, fulfilling the promise and carrying the legacy to even greater heights. At WrestleMania 9, the Head Shrinkers' one and only in-ring WrestleMania appearance saw them taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Be prepared, Steiner brothers. We're gonna give you a pain that you have never felt before. Yeah.
While I'm not one to make excuses, I am one to give opportunities to you, our expert gaming member of the WWE Universe. And so, today, you have the opportunity to make things right. WrestleMania 9, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steiners performed at a near-perfect level that day, able to find every reversal and in the chaos emerge victorious. We are asking you to fix that, stop them in their tracks, and get the Head Shrinkers that WrestleMania victory you and I both know they deserve. But if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself reliving the very same memories that have haunted Samu and Fatu for years. Steiner lines, suplexes, Frankensteiners that will all bring your evening to a vicious, miserable end.
One of the toughest teams in WWE history.
Nearly 600 pounds of pure savagery.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Alpha at a combined weight of 565 pounds. Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
Fair warning, this one may not be too pretty, guys.
You talk about rugged individuals. These are two tag teams that can really... The Steiner brothers getting a tremendous ovation here in their first WrestleMania. And we'll see if they can carry on Michigan's winning ways.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 531 pounds. Rick and got the Steiner Brothers.
The Steiner Brothers are one of the most promising tag teams we've ever seen in WWE.
But Samu and Fatu are looking to stomp out any of that promise right here at WrestleMania.
Let me warn the WWE Universe right now. This is going to be a brutal match. Just two heavy-hitting tag teams going at it. Physical, smash-mouth wrestling. And like Saxton said, it won't be pretty at all.
Big fight feel in Las Vegas as Gladiators face off here at WrestleMania 9.
And we are watching four men who would have been right at home inside of a Roman Coliseum. The Head Shrinkers and the Steiners are ready for a true battle.
Both teams are relatively new to WWE, but we've seen that each do it.
Nice takedown. Stack them up.
And now a pin of their own.
No, he kicks out at two.
Almost got it done so soon.
Clothesline. WrestleMania 9 shaping up to be a big night in the tag division, guys.
Indeed it is, Michael. Two great young teams competing now. And later tonight, none other than Hulk Hogan will lead the Mega Maniacs against Money Inc. for the tag team titles.
Oddsmakers in Nevada have the smart money on Hulk Hogan leaving Vegas with the gold tonight.
Ooh, and he manages to reverse. Big back body drop.
What elevation. I've seen Samu and Fatu headbutt each other during matches. If they do that to their own flesh and blood, who knows what they'll do to the Steiners?
It's just a byproduct of the brutal take-no-prisoners offense of the Head Shrinkers, Byron. These guys will bite, scratch, and claw their way to a win. Rulebook be damned.
And with Rick and Scott coming from an amateur collegiate background, they might be a bit more hesitant to bend the rules. Hopefully the Steiners can adapt. And fast. The whole world is focused on WrestleMania 9 tonight. The last thing you want to do is come out on the wrong side of a match like this.
That's right. A big win at WrestleMania means a big boost in the tag division and a substantial winner's purse.
He goes for the cover. Kicks out on the pinfall attempt.
He's nowhere near ready to stop fighting yet.
Ooh,
standing drop kick.
Great ups.
Scattered that one.
Short clothesline hits its mark.
Tags into the match. Clothesline. Placing him in the corner. And Samu's plans failed there. Samu and Fatu already some success in the tag division.
Here it is.
The shoulder up before two.
He's far from finished.
Look at that counter from Samu. Headbutt.
Oh, wow. Look at the damage to Scott's face.
Tag is in. Tag made. Double team coming. Flapjack, hot shot off the top rope. Oh! The Head Shrinkers accompanied to ringside by Alpha, but he's not the only tag team legend serving in a managerial role tonight.
That's right, Michael. Just like Alpha, Mr. Fuji earned many WWE tag titles as a wrestler, but now he's hoping to lead Yokozuna to the WWE Championship.
And looking at all the top young talent in this ring, I see many other main event stars. Of the future that could follow the lineage of Yoko.
Sent flying out of the ring here.
Fatu fears no man.
Headbutt. And he tosses him back in now. As we find ourselves surrounded by all this pageantry, do you think either of these teams is feeling the pressure of their first WrestleMania?
I can tell you that Samu and Fatu truly did not care. Alpha has turned these men into brutal fighters who simply want to destroy their opponents no matter where the fight takes place.
And as for the Steiners, we know they have big match experience, tons of amateur championship bouts in college, and some of WCW's biggest events. But even those can't hold a candle to the spectacle of WrestleMania. Oh my goodness, just punishing their opponent. Jarring European uppercut.
Overhand chop.
Scoop slam, making it look easy.
Before this match began, you heard the Steiners speak backstage. Scott saying, quote, "Me and my brother are going to go out with a game plan and do what we do best, and that's wrestle."
That's all well and good for the Steiner brothers, but Alpha has gone on record saying that his men are looking to tear Rick and Scott's heads off.
Made it for the tag.
Clothesline.
What impact.
Fatu is imposing his will.
The head shrinker smartly.
And there goes Steiner sent outside the ring.
Fatu like a one-man wrecking machine right now, cleaning house.
Oh, look at this, the power by Scott Steiner.
But the tag was made and Scott not aware.
Big kick.
Scott Steiner did not see the blind tag made by Samu.
Oh, this is not looking good for Steiner.
And this is what the head shrinkers do. Top-tier tag team wrestling. Steiner didn't see the tag, decided to hot dog around, and got a foot in the face for it. From the top.
Diving headbutt. Ooh. And we are really seeing the amazing skill sets of all four men in this tag team showcase.
Well, we already knew about the brawling of the head shrinkers and the grappling of the Steiners, but men as big as these four behemoths should not be able to fly around the ring like they have thus far.
It is made for an extremely tough act to follow, guys.
Rings the arm. Nice tight wrist clutch applied and a headbutt.
And now Scott is getting beaten down.
Seeing some high-impact offense from Samu and Fatu thus far.
I'm not sure the head shrinkers are even going for the victory. They just want to destroy the Steiners. Nice takedown.
And there's the tag.
Boom. Oh.
Setting course to the top turnbuckle.
Taking flight.
Oh, he paid for that high risk.
Gets driven in.
Driving their opponent down now. Is that enough to finally put down the head shrinkers?
Keeps his team in this one.
And he turned it around.
Look at this. Pendulum backbreaker.
Tick-tock. He's finding himself in some territory he does not want to be in.
This has been an arduous tag match, but you could be in much worse shape.
Caught in a bad spot.
Flinged across the way.
He gets the tag. Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
Placed him in the corner here. Gets the reversal. What a counter. Big clothesline. Rick gets that set right back to him. Whipped into the corner with tremendous force.
There's the tag. Tandem offense on the horizon here. They have their opponent.
Oh, face Face first.
And the head shrinkers just might have it.
Transitions to the cover.
But is it enough?
Yeah, no. He doesn't get the 3.
How in the world did he kick out?
The head shrinkers and the Steiners are engaged in an epic battle.
Both teams making the Roman gladiators proud.
Somebody stop this competitor.
Oh, look at that scope slam.
Boom! Boom!
Ooh, just bouncing off the turnbuckle. Oh, the reversal by Steiner.
Slips away just in time. Ooh, sharp kick.
Oh, this, what a headbutt.
Pin, shoulders down.
Might put him away right now.
Breaks the count.
There's some shock in the arena after that kick out.
Got caught in the jaw with the knee. From behind,
Shoulders down.
for the win. He's able to beat a 2 count.
It's hard to believe, but it looks like he still has some gas left in the tank.
Oh, man. Turns that into a devastating shot to the knee. Oh, my God. Picture perfect backbreaker.
Oh, man. We've already seen a few blows land above the neck.
Reversal. And that turns things around.
Oh, man, he is fired up now.
Ooh. Smothering offense now from Fatu.
Steiner's in peril here.
Overhand chop. Fatu hoping that this is the end. No, stops the count at 2.
Almost inhuman at this point.
The head shrinkers, the Steiners, taking each other to the limit in the biggest match of their careers.
And this may just be the greatest tag match we've seen in nearly a decade of WrestleManias.
For the win!
Digging deep for a kick out. Incredible resiliency.
Oh, quick way to respond with the reversal.
Steiner making clear he has his number.
Ooh, Scott getting worked on right now.
The attacks will not relent from Fatu. Hoisted up.
All the way out. Suplex.
Samu able to evade.
Time for him to get back to the ring.
No one wants a count out here.
Headbutt. Nothing fancy there.
There's some power behind that punch.
Whip back into the ring.
Ooh.
Both arms trapped, and what's next?
Headbutt from behind.
And he gets delivered back into the ring. And Fatu got stopped in his tracks. Oh, Scott fights back. Here's the cover. Does he have it? Kicks out. He still has life.
This is going to come down to who wants it more.
Stiff headbutt.
Stops the incoming attack with a knee to the face.
And Fatu into the pin for the win. Oh, my God!
Are you kidding me?
Oh, he saw it coming.
Goes into the corner.
Looks like he knew what was coming up.
An attack made. Overhand chop. just in time.
Round we go, and driven down in a side slam.
I can't believe this atmosphere.
Everyone wanted a banger, and boy, you got it.
Gotta hurt. He makes the tag here. Up to the middle rope.
Bulldog. Big move from the Steiners. Metro's at pin.
Hip drop.
I've been waiting to see that.
Shoulders down. This could be it. No, didn't get it.
I am shaking my head in disbelief over how he managed to get the shoulder up.
That puts a stop to Steiner.
Headbutt. Fatu's got that intense. Rocked with a headbutt, but not done yet. A second one. And then a third. That's it. No way the Steiners come back now. Rocked with a headbutt, but not done yet. A second one.
Boom! Does that close it out for Fatu?
The WWE Universe standing at attention, completely entranced from the top.
Elbow drop. Good Lord.
Oh, going right into the pin.
Wasting no time. Shoulders are down. Thought he had it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Headed up again.
Look out.
Headbutt on target.
Took a gamble once, took a gamble again, and hit the jackpot twice.
And the Head Shrinkers get the win.
Here are your winners, Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
And what a huge win for the Head Shrinkers tonight.
Samu and Fatu making their family proud and proving themselves as top contenders in the tag division.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne had the huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all, along with the usual achievements if your name is The Rock. 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day.
If you smell, know your role and shut your mouth.
He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE Champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has. On a Thursday night in February of 1997, The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday, Raw Thursday, to give the first jolts to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
And here comes the #1 contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for
on his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
His opponent, from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 200.
You win this title, you are primed for big things.
The Intercontinental Championship is on the line here between two superstars who don't have anything nice to say about one another. The challenger, Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should learn his place and respect his betters.
Well, that attitude is exactly why Maivia is so eager to go after Helmsley and his title.
He wants to prove Helmsley is just a snide and arrogant blowhard who doesn't deserve to be champion.
Only one of these men will leave this ring our Intercontinental Champion. This should be a memorable match. And Byron, Rocky has tremendous exuberance, tremendous youth. He's going to be a star for a long time.
I think Rocky Maivia shows more
hit hard and straight into the pin.
He throws his shoulder up before two.
He was down, but he certainly wasn't out.
Seated bionic elbow. Helmsley has no control here.
The power of Rocky Maivia is too much for Helmsley right now.
And Rocky there not showing any signs of being intimidated. What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the... better of Rocky Maivia?
Well, the champ needs to put this young upstart Maivia in his place with unrelenting offense. No time for graceful bows and upper...
Counters right back on Rocky. And we know Rocky doesn't have the same experience as Helmsley, and that could be a developing story as this match progresses.
And this is where an experienced wrestler like Helmsley can take a young wrestler and pick him apart, take advantage, capitalize, and win.
And give credit where it's due. Rocky Maivia is leaving nothing in the ring. Cobra Clutch.
The Cobra Clutch is
in trouble here.
A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up. He counters with a great reversal.
Both competitors showing they've studied the other's playbooks to the T.
Into the hammerlock. Oh boy, back suplex. Sharp punch.
And watching from home is Rocky Johnson, the father of Rocky Maivia, former WWE Tag Team Champion.
I must admit, I do see a bright future for Maivia. Those that have been privileged enough to see Rocky Johnson in action will appreciate Rocky Maivia because up high, look out below! The 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward.
Elbow drop.
Piercing. Maivia digging deep, eyeing Helmsley for something big.
What a counter! Set him up, Russian leg sweep.
And Helmsley just showing his huge edge and experience here. I would say the most cerebral Intercontinental Champion we've had.
Cerebral, I like that description for Helmsley.
Before this match, I was talking to Helmsley, and he said he can beat the snot out of this Maivia kid in less than 10 minutes. In fact, he was showing me on his watch. Did you know he has a timepiece that costs $20,000?
Confident words from Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Not sure how relevant his timepiece is to this match, though, Corey.
It isn't relevant. I just wanted to share an example of how far ahead in the game of life Helmsley is.
Oh, brother.
This capacity crowd certainly behind the youngster Rocky Maivia, thinking there could be an upset here tonight. Headed out to ringside now. What does he have planned? Heading out, but needs to be aware of the referee's count. Running power slam! And Rocky is delivering solid damage, but needs to remember to get Helmsley in the ring. The title can't be won outside of the squared circle. And he throws the opposition back into the ring.
Big punch finds its mark.
Firing with a straight shot there. Answering back. Maivia with a nice turnaround. Neither competitor is backing down. Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up.
So much pride, so much resiliency on display.
Oh, vicious body shot.
Drop kick finds the spot.
Choosing to go after the head here. Interesting strategy.
Counters right back on Rocky.
There it is, the People's Punch.
Deeper into this match now, and I think it's Helmsley who's reached. Shoulders down to retain. Fights the shoulder up and one.
Refusing to give up even an inch of ground as this match continues.
And that's a lot of blood starting to pour from Rocky's head. Down on the jaw. You bite your tongue with that.
Raw drop kick.
With the Intercontinental title on the line, Maivia and Helmsley are not...
Caught him.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The champ is in control.
Makes the cover.
Whoa! You gotta be kidding me.
Everyone here is in shock.
I can't tell if it's anger in the eyes or the fact that he has...
Hunter's ready for something. Down with the cover. The champ taking care of business here.
And a heartbreaking loss for the young upstart, Rocky Maivia.
Here is your winner, and still the Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
The great Hunter Hearst Helmsley asserting his dominance, retaining his Intercontinental Championship, and proving Rocky Maivia just isn't ready for the big time.
Maybe not yet, but I don't think Maivia is going to let this discourage him. If anything, this setback is only going to motivate the young superstar. Rocky will be back here again, and Helmsley better be ready.
I'm sure Helmsley will be. These are two superstars on the rise, and their paths are sure to cross again soon. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line here between two superstars who don't have anything nice to say about one another. The challenger, Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should learn his place and respect his betters.
Well, that attitude is exactly why Maivia is so eager to go after Helmsley and his title. He wants to prove Helmsley is just a snide and arrogant blowhard who doesn't deserve to be champion.
Only one of these men will leave this ring our Intercontinental Champion. This should be a memorable match. Uh-oh, submission move. Fujiwara bar.
Got this one locked. Trying to find a way out. And he's out and delivers a knee.
Sent out of the ring the hard way. Close fist connects. Getting carried to a vulnerable position here. Fighting free there, and that can be all the space that is needed. What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the better of Rocky Maivia?
Well, the champ needs to put this young upstart Maivia in his place with unrelenting offense. No time for graceful bows and upper-class taunting. Just beat from the top.
Hunter getting out of harm's way.
And we know Rocky doesn't have the same experience as Helmsley, and that could be a developing story as this match progresses.
And this is where an experienced wrestler like Helmsley can take a young wrestler and pick him apart, take advantage, capitalize, and win.
And Rocky is delivering solid damage, but needs to remember to get Helmsley in the ring. The title can't be won outside of the squared circle. And Rocky there not showing any signs of being intimidated.
Oh, ooh, what a knee lift. Somebody better check his nose. And Helmsley just showing his huge edge and experience here. I would say the most cerebral Intercontinental Champion we've had.
Cerebral, I like that description for Helmsley.
Don't know if the ref is loud enough, but this is getting close.
Oh, a drop kick. And watching from...
Cobra clutch cinched in. The Cobra clutch is in.
In trouble here.
A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up.
Inverted atomic drop. Ooh.
Oh, he timed that counter well.
Proof these superstars have done their homework.
Dodge is out of the way.
Oh, what a knee.
The champ is going for the cover.
The challenger wriggles out in one.
It'll take more than that to hold him down.
Maivia with a nice turnaround. And Byron, Rocky has tremendous exuberance, tremendous youth. He's going to be a star for a long time.
I think Rocky Maivia shows more promise than any other wrestlers I've seen coming from the top.
The champ with the cover. Shoulders up before, too.
All the punishment he's taken, and yet he's still in this match?
Heavy-duty right hand.
And Helmsley obviously has been trying to get inside Rocky Maivaia's head, frustrated. Oh, counters right back on Hunter.
Drop kick. Beautiful. Maivia digging deep, eyeing Helmsley for something big. Up and taking it to the shoulder. The challenger clearing a path to the title. Launching. Big splash. Maivia took to the sky and executed that high risk perfectly. I don't think
Hunter whipped into the corner, nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle and a big right hand. Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight. Well, this is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion.
almost daring Rocky, hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top, hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover, and Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia.
Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed.
This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup.
I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolled through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Here is your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anoa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia, because Maivia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the Animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steele.
We'll see which prevails tonight.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steele. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steele have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steele is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight. Victory could be close at hand, but first he's got to get himself over the top of the cage.
And now the climb down could be as tough as the climb up for him.
Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steele as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steel is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal. He's halfway home. Time to start the descent.
Ooh, nasty shot to the throat.
Headlock. Oh, a cheap shot right above the eye.
The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steel to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia's prepared, all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon.
Momentum is all with Maivia now.
Yeah, and Maivia has really figured the animal out here.
Oh, my goodness. Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting.
Being placed in the corner here.
Ooh. Unleashing a barrage of chops.
I think rage took over in that moment. Nothing but blind rage.
George the Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steel's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
Stops that offense from connecting.
And Steel isn't trading back and forth blows now.
Mistake made by Steel.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here.
Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this.
Slugging away with everything they've got.
Tossed without regard. Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. And now, what was that?
He had him exactly where he wanted him.
Boom! What a headbutt! Steel is becoming a bloody mess in there. What's Maivia got here? Backbreaker! No way Steel's coming back from that. He wants it one more time.
Talk about dismantling your opponent.
Is it enough? Is it enough for Peter Maivia?
As was set up in the corner of the ring.
Ooh, and he stops that offense.
And Steel isn't looking helpless anymore.
This could be a good chance for
into the pin. Could be over for Maivia. He kicks out before the count starts.
Where in the world does one find such strength at this stage to kick out that early in the count? Punishing.
And George Steele has the High Chief in dire straits after that move.
George Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the animal.
Oh, look out. Boom.
Side headlock takeover. Nicely done.
Tremendous pressure applied. Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
Escaped that in a hurry.
Big forearm.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian. And the reasons are obvious for that model. Oh, no. Now possibly setting up for a submission maneuver.
Just excruciating pain. There's no way you can sustain being
able to punch his way out.
Maivia one step ahead.
Maivia just dominated the animal with that one.
Measuring it up one more time.
Backbreaker flawlessly executed. Hits it again, and that's gotta do it.
2. And the High Chief defeats the Animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief is one tough Samoan.
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock, Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Banzai Drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving titan in hopes to don the crown. Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring finals.
The following is the final match in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Introducing...
Lyra Valkyria fancies herself a Morgan, which is an Irish goddess of war. As they were on the battlefield, they used to take the shape of ravens to fly. And there will be a coronation taking place. And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax. Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home! Set outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Nia Jax, Lyra Valkyria facing off in the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament. Who will take home the crown? Alabama slam! Each woman here has had a tough road to become a Queen of the Ring finalist. Every matchup in this bracket has been a toss-up.
Valkyria knocked off former women's champion Io Sky earlier this week, but Nia's had an even tougher challenge. Two great former champions in the form of Naomi and Bianca Belair.
Even more impressive than that, she handed Jade Cargill her first WWE loss.
Granted, Corey, that was a disqualification victory for Jax. I'd say there's still... some unfinished business between Nia and Jade. Placing her against the turnbuckle.
Just a nasty headbutt.
And Lyra is brought to a disadvantage now.
And the irresistible force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here.
Chucked right out of the ring.
Lift off.
Gets herself out of harm's way.
Confidence is always a key for Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she hasn't won.
But when you have this business in your blood like Nia does, that confidence is genetic.
But ever since the Irresistible Force returned to WWE 8 months ago, her confidence has been on another level.
And she's gaining even more confidence as this match progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable now.
Well, if you're Lyra Valkyria, what do you do to pull off a massive upset tonight?
Well, Lyra's a technical wizard, Cole. In fact, from a technique perspective, she may actually...
She's got her pin. She puts an end to the pin attempt. I wonder why.
Many in the WWE Universe getting their first look at Lyra Valkyria. She's only had 3 main roster matches so far, and they were all in this tournament.
Big wins over Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky over the last 3 weeks. That's an extremely impressive start for Lyra.
Wow! Undefeated for 3 weeks? When Nia Jax joined the main roster, she didn't lose a match for over 7 months. And Jax has stayed that dominant for years.
Nia is lighting up her opponent.
Yeah, Nia is just buzzing right through Lyra here.
Oh, wow, this is nasty.
Brutality.
Treating the cranium like a basketball.
Just going all out with every blow.
Ripped in the hard way.
In just a matter of minutes, we'll have our second Queen of the Ring. The first, of course, being...
taking flight. Senton from the apron.
She throws her back in. And Lyra only finds herself on the defensive.
And I don't think anything can stop Nia Jax right now.
Set right into the corner.
Oh, yeah, she is really getting fired up.
There's Jax set hard to the outside. I can't believe Jax is looking to go airborne. She's bringing the fight outside. Here she goes, sliding back into the ring.
Oh, goodness, blasted right into the corner.
And it appears that the crowd is now within reach for Jax.
If you didn't see things going this way, you're a fool.
Sidewalk slam.
Jax with the irresistible offense.
Valkyria needs to figure things out.
Putting her in a dangerous position.
She finally creates.
Lyra Valkyria powering up her opponent. Nightwing connects.
This could put a stop to Nia.
The cover! And a quick kick out.
Incredible power to kick out at just one.
Is there still enough left to try that maneuver again? Or is her from the top? And completely missed the mark.
Yeah, I don't think that's what was in mind there.
I don't know if there was anything in mind there.
Oh, good gravy. Thrown into the corner with a little something extra. Legs getting tangled in the corner. Stuck. In the tree of woe.
Stuck in the tree of woe.
They are doing whatever they please. Nia Jax, so powerful, so dominant.
Samoa drop. There's so many moves at Nia's disposal that she can end this match with. For Lyra, not nearly as much.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be easy for Valkyria to pick up Nia Jax and drop her with the Nightwing.
Please, let's call the move by Valkyria, crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner, and the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now, with Lyra on her back, going to climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way.
Oh, my.
Oh, no. Good night, Annihilator.
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax.
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the Ring.
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax, officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new Queen.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one better than Rikishi. After the Head Shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
Well, my dad, you know, when he became the Rikishi character, when you think about Samoan wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor, right? You know, he had the blonde hair, still carried the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. But it became even more popular to our culture.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
That Rikishi is fat, all right. P-H-A-T.
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success, with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know, Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What?
Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all worth it. Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins, and he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family, this family, can succeed, deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time and time and time and time and time again. Use whatever weapon you can get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
Is it legal to not show up? Rikishi has brutalized Austin lately.
Austin will be here, Byron. I just refuse to think anything else.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a no-holds-barred match.
Is he here?
Well, there's the Rattlesnake's music.
He's here. Austin's here. Stone Cold Steve Austin came here with no fear, no hesitation, just revenge.
We now know the sick, demented side of Rikishi. Rikishi almost cost Austin his life. Instead, he's here tonight to finish the job.
Listen, Rikishi, sky high, senton from the apron.
All that size and momentum landing with a sickening thud. We've talked so much about motives leading into this match.
On the apron.
Sliding back into the ring. No telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
I don't know why there's a hockey stick under the ring, but I know they're going to use it.
He's heading back to the ring. Oh, there isn't going to be a trip to the penalty box either.
Austin has revenge in the crosshairs. The target is the despicable Rikishi.
From the top, senton from the apron.
Felt like a boulder out of the sky and absolutely flattened the target. Power slam.
And Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series.
I mean, Austin does ruffle the feathers of a lot of people, Michael, but I don't think any of his rivals would go to the disgusting lengths that Rikishi's gone to.
Rikishi is picking the competition apart.
Rikishi with an onslaught here against Austin. Dare I say, Stone Cold could be in trouble.
And that was just as devastating as a sledgehammer to Austin's truck.
Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
You got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all of the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? Want more from Stone Cold. All that he wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth.
Sharp elbow to the gut turns that one around.
There's been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks, and this Albany crowd is continuing that pattern of disdain.
You think Rikishi cares about the fans, though? No, not at all. He truly believes he's done something for his family, for his people. His family's respect is the only respect he's desperate for. Can Austin weather this storm, guys?
No one holding Rikishi's family down now, taking out all those years of frustration on Austin here.
Now Rikishi has the firm upper hand.
Tough spot, even for the rattlesnake.
Rikishi feeling the pride of his family with every ounce of damage he delivers to Stone Cold.
Oh, he fights Rikishi back.
Holy, meet the barricade.
Looking to inflict more damage now. Look out!
Face first into the barricade.
Scary mindset for the rattlesnake. Austin has scattered pictures of Rikishi all over his home. Said that every time he looks at Rikishi, he's looking at a dead man.
Yeah, Rikishi taking that as an empty threat, thinking that Austin isn't the man he claims to be. But trust me, when Stone Cold says he has you in his crosshairs, that's no empty threat.
Fighting back, however, punches in the Sent out of the ring. Taken to the floor, and he's got no worries about the count. And Austin fends him off.
And we know how despicable Rikishi has been, but to throw a finger in the rattlesnake's nest, Rikishi goes and destroys Austin's truck with a sledgehammer. Well, hell has no fury like a man who has his car tampered with. It's just extra motivation.
For every fist Austin lands. And Rikishi slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin, he just averted disaster there.
And now Austin gonna deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
A relentless Texas rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the rattlesnake has taken it far enough, Corey. Austin wants to put Rikishi's life. In danger, just like Rikishi.
Scooped up, here it comes. Rikishi, driver.
Rikishi got all of it.
And he slides him back to the mat. Pulled in from belly to belly. And quickly into the cover.
Might be in trouble. No time to waste being shocked. You've got to maintain pressure.
Fends it off. Good counter.
Austin, stop! Can Rikishi come back from that?
Makes the cover. Oh, not yet. They just got the shoulder up.
Just an incredible wherewithal to get the shoulder up. You would think he'd be out of it after taking that maneuver.
Anger is starting to show in the face of Austin. I think the rattlesnake will do anything to close this out.
Rikishi hoisting up his opponent. Rikishi driver.
Man, Stone Cold's face is really starting to show the damage of this match.
He kicked out at two.
What a kick out by Austin. You can never count the rattlesnake out.
Just dished out his most devastating offense, and you got to be wondering if he's thinking one more time will be the charm.
Oh, man, Rikishi is a man on a mission now.
And he's pulled the ring apron up, looking under there for something.
I can already feel the sting of the kendo stick.
Wait. He breaks the ref's count after one. Not quite enough to put him away. Boom, what a punch.
Here we go. Time to work out some aggression. Back and forth. Neither one giving up any ground.
The fight is on, and it's furious. Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is loaded up.
They are emptying their tanks, going back and forth like this.
The willpower, the sheer guts of these two.
Toe-to-toe, treating each other like heavyweights.
Oh, man, the shot raining down. One after another.
That shot ends things.
I think Rikishi's about ready to put an end to this.
Rikishi with a bullseye drop.
Maybe
us expected to see. We wanted to see retribution, but Rikishi was too much of a monster for Stone Cold tonight.
The vitriol that consumed Rikishi powered him to finish the job and leave a battered Austin in his rear-view mirror.
His arrival signaled impending doom. His very presence was enough to intimidate even the bravest WWE competitor. His name itself simply meant the end. And if you found yourself standing across the ring from Umaga, you were most certainly coming to the end of your own road. The younger brother of Rikishi, Umaga, was every bit the Samoan bulldozer that his nickname would suggest, mauling opponents with ease, relishing the chaos that he created. A menace to the entire roster, an unrepentant badass, Umaga tortured his prey with high-impact collisions before ultimately sealing their fate with his vaunted Samoan spike, a vicious move used today by Solo Sikoa.
Inside the ring, man, he was just a complete monster. Anybody that stood in front of him, he was going to wreck him no matter what he had to do. He was just a crazy, wild Samoan. Outside of the ring, man, just a loving guy to be around. A fun uncle. Always joking, always barbecuing at his house. I always looked up to him. He was just so cool.
Perhaps an unheralded aspect of Umaga's game was his mastery of mental warfare. Umaga loved to present a wild, out-of-control savage, one who needed manager Armando Alejandro Estrada to handle all the details while he destroyed opponents. Umaga was the perfect definition of the word aura. A two-time Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Umaga established himself as one of the purest forms of dominance to ever set foot in a WWE ring. His intense clashes with Batista, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, along with WWE Championship battles against John Cena, still live on in the memories of those who were fortunate enough to watch Umaga perform. And Umaga will live in immortality through every member of this family, whether it's with a huge Samoan drop, a running bulldozer into the corner, a Samoan spike, or even a war cry in the middle of battle. Umaga is forever.
I wish he was here. I know he's watching from above.
So you, our beloved Us in training, are asked one simple thing here in the WWE 2K25 showcase: to defeat John Cena. You've done that in this mode before, right? Simple. It was at New Year's Revolution in 2007 that Umaga and John Cena first collided for the WWE title. Umaga appeared to be too much for Cena in the minds of many pundits. Undefeated in WWE some 9 months after his debut, and things were going very well for Umaga. Until they weren't. Umaga would see his undefeated streak end by, of all things, a damn roll-up after rushing directly into the outstretched shoes of John Cena. 1 second of luck allowed John Cena to escape the inevitable And now it's on you to fix it. Head into that ring. Showcase Umaga's cruel brutality. And get Umaga the WWE Heavyweight Championship victory that he should have gotten in the first place. I assure you, my dear friend, Armando Alejandro Estrada will make sure nothing else goes wrong if you take care of business inside the ring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. He can be the next WWE champion, the near 400-pound Umaga. A man that since debuting right after WrestleMania 9 months ago has remained undefeated. A phenomenal ovation in this arena because the champ is here. John Cena has a gigantic...
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it...
The past doesn't matter. Here's where it counts. Here is where it's settled. The prize is on the line.
John Cena and Umaga. Battling here for the WWE Championship. Will John Cena halt the Samoan Bulldozer's path to destruction?
Cena's going to have to go all out to accomplish that. No one has been able to withstand Umaga thus far. This brutal Samoan has made a mockery of his challengers and is perhaps the ultimate super heavyweight threat.
Now, Cena could be in for the greatest challenge as champion tonight. But if anyone can overcome the to the sky,
Senton from the apron. No holding back. That's the kind of risk you need to take to earn the title. Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting.
Such a unique situation for the champion John Cena tonight. This could be the first time in Cena's career that he comes in as an underdog champion.
And that's a credit to the challenger. Anybody would be an underdog against a man that's undefeated. Umaga simply looks unbeatable.
But John will fight you as long as he's breathing.
From the top. Good Lord. Taking flight. Trying to do as much damage as humanly possible.
But at what cost?
No question John Cena has his work cut out for him taking on Umaga, who's been aptly named the Samoan Bulldozer for his relentless offense.
Yeah, and while Umaga may not be as refined in the ring as other superstars, his ruthlessness more than makes up for the difference. If Umaga can connect with some truly merciless attacks, then Cena and his title reign could quickly be in trouble.
Oh.
A rare position for Cena in this fight. We can't often say that John's overpowered in a matchup, but this 360-plus-pound Samoan Bulldozer is more than a formidable opponent.
Listen, sometimes when there's a fight, you're not always going to be the biggest. You're not always going to be the strongest. And even if that is the case for Cena tonight, John Cena has never met a fight he didn't like.
Cena will try to gain strength from this capacity crowd in Kansas City, but not even that may be enough to stop a rampaging Umaga. Ooh, great anticipation! And Cena with the wherewithal to counter. This is a situation you want to avoid. Snake eyes! Good night. Umaga is truly a specimen to marvel at, Corey, and his handler, Armando Alejandro Estrada, knows he has a thoroughbred on his hands.
There's a difference between thoroughbreds and Umaga, though, Cole. Thoroughbreds can be tamed. Umaga cannot. Estrada can only serve as a mouthpiece for Umaga. He can only help direct Umaga's blind brutality. I think even Estrada knows no one can control the Samoan Bulldozer.
Went for the springboard and missed.
Vicious right forearm. He's able to dodge.
John Cena.
Oh! And there it is. The title's not going anywhere tonight.
I'm absolutely stunned. A display of near superhuman resilience.
After seeing that from the top, the leader of the C Nation. Cena tonight attempting to do something no one else has been able to do. Be it HBK, Triple H, Kane, the list goes on and on. No one has been able to beat Umaga.
Since debuting in last year's WrestleMania, he's never been pinned, never been submitted. Umaga is a man who's decimated every single thing in his path. It's not hyperbole to call him a dangerous and deadly savage.
Ooh, stinging kick. Shows great wherewithal there. Catches a punch.
Batten down the hatches. These two are unloading. Cena gets intercepted.
Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out. Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs. Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Slugging away with everything they've got.
This is a war of attrition with neither superstar wanting to be the one who surrenders.
In full control here.
Face first in the turnbuckle.
And I could look at Umaga and he reminds me of Yokozuna. His unmatched thickness and size is an orthodox offense.
Look at Umaga's thighs, his calves. They give him a great power and a great base. It makes him almost impossible. To knock off his feet.
He's thick, he's strong, he's nasty, and he won't be.
And Cena flattened in the corner.
Umaga's just overpowering him. Look at the strength. Into the corner, just setting Cena up.
You have to start to ask yourself, is the end of John Cena near?
I think so. Look out!
A headbutt. No one has been able to stop Umaga. No one.
You are seeing why Umaga is undefeated. Why no one has been able to stop the Samoan Bulldozer.
Here comes Umaga, and Cena catches him with a boot. John Cena from behind, rolls him up, shoulders down, and a kick out by Umaga.
And Cena immediately back into the clutches of Umaga.
I'm not sure what else Cena can do here. I'm not sure John Cena knows how to stop Umaga.
And Corey, you know there's no force equal to being on the receiving end of a headbutt from Umaga.
It's in Umaga's DNA. Generations have perfected the art of using their own skull as a weapon that could stop an elephant. Umaga with a crazed look in his eyes, staring down Cena.
Winding up.
Samoan spike.
The challenger might have what it takes to win this.
Two powerhouses, a championship on the line. We knew this would be a battle.
Why on earth? Would he give up the pin?
He's got bad intentions.
There it is! Reversal!
Sometimes I look at Umaga and it just scares me. I think he forgets that he's even in a championship match. Estrada is very aware of it, but Umaga sometimes looks oblivious to what's going on.
Rearing way back.
There's a Samoan spike.
Ouch. Here's the pin.
Toward the title change.
Shoulder up before three.
This is complete insanity.
Still holding on to the title.
Goes
by
to the pin.
teeth.
And now the Samoan Bulldozer are going to have to dig a little deeper to close this one out. Thought he had it.
You gotta be kidding me.
exchanges. Cores with a fantastic crossbody.
He's able to reverse it. Returning to the ring now.
Cena powering up his opponent into position.
Attitude adjustment.
The champ might have just ended things right there.
Oh, my God.
How? Kicking out at one after that is unheard of.
And Cena looks a little surprised. He's not used to being on this side of a kick out.
John Cena is pulling out all the stops, trying to keep Umaga down.
John Cena looking to end this.
Attitude adjustment. Champ close to ending it here.
He got him. He got him. Cena got him.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Champion, John Cena!
Somehow, John Cena overcame the brutality of Umaga and retained his title. What a win for Cena. What a testament to his resilience and drive inside the ring.
It took everything Cena had to stop the Samoan bulldozer in his tracks. Umaga not only lost out on the WWE Championship, he's no longer undefeated.
Well, will this be...